Bitch. What's up, my J-Bays? And we are back with another video. This is a very special video because I have a very special guest, but also this is my first podcast video on my Different Perspectives podcast. No, we don't have any mics because my voice, our voice, we loud enough. We don't need mics yet. So our topic is school, the real life stuff that school does not teach us. Because how I feel, school does not teach us how to be a grown up. School teaches us how to be, what's the word for it? Systematic. I feel like school teaches you how to have rules. You have to follow directions. You have to follow a routine because we get up every single day for school. At the specific time that you get up, you go to class at that specific time.
I played in.
You go to lunch at that specific time. You go to play at a specific time. And you always have somebody watching over you. So I feel like school is very strict. And it teaches us how to, dang, what am I trying to say? Stay stagnant into one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel?
No, I 100% agree.
Do you get, I'm like, the words, specific, all that. Y'all know it's a little hard for me to talk now. But yeah.
But no, I 100% agree. Like, it basically teaches you how to be like an employee, or
Right.
it teaches you how to get comfortable in a routine.
Right.
You know? But life is about adventure, life is about growth, life is about, change. So,
and when you get out of school, you don't have a consistent schedule anymore. Well, most people do. You go home, you go to work, you pick up your kids. So that's what I'm saying about school. It teaches you how to have a routine and teaches you how to. Okay, so let's just deep dive into it.
Let's get into it.
A lot of people are not taught important things that you need to know when you're an adult. Casting checks, writing checks, financial literacy, all of that was not taught in school. Let's be honest. I took one class, one financial literacy elective class. So it's not even a main core class. It was an elective class that everybody didn't have. I was fortunate enough to have that elective, and it was selected for me. I didn't pick it because I don't even think you get to pick electives in high school. I think they just make your schedule. If I'm not mistaken. Now, college was a little bit different. I could pick what I wanted to be in. But if I'm not mistaken, high school, I couldn't pick my electives or my mains.
My high school.
Okay.
My high school, we could pick. But
and that's a good thing because I went to a public high school and
I went to a private.
Was it boarding school or that wasn't?
It was boarding.
So,
yeah.
So tell us about that. Hold on. Okay. Not to jump into that, but okay, we're gonna get into that, but okay, let's finish what I was saying first. So as of going to public school, which is perfect because now we get because public and private, let me tell you something, that's not the same thing at all. But yeah, so that financial literacy class I took one time that, they taught me how to write checks and things of that type of nature, but that should be a main core class. These kids growing up, they don't know how to write no checks no more. They don't even know how to write in cursive. They took that out. They did in some places, but for the most part, they took that out. They don't know how to write a check. Go get a what's that thing I gotta go get from rent every month?
Money order.
A money order. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do the things that you should be able to know how to do. The most important things, because A plus B plus X squared, I have not used that one day in my life since I got out of high school. But we spent math learning that bull. Okay. So that's one example of, I feel like, what was the point? We need to be learning grown-up adult life things And we weren't learning that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever take any financial literacy classes?
Yeah. In my high school, we had in our senior year, we had a class called life skills, and in that class, it was a year long. We took it the whole year. Each week and each month had like a different theme or focus, where the teacher taught us about different things that you would actually come in contact with as an adult. So we would have homework assignments, quizzes, projects, where we would simulate these things. Like we had our own lives in that class, and then we would have like a job. We would have like a bank account. We would be making money. It was all like obviously fake, but the point of it was to get you to understand how to do these things.
Right. And that's when I say that's the difference between private and public school, because we did not have no life skills class. We did not have that. We had, like I said, that one financial literacy class that not everybody took. And that was it. And in that class, like I said, I learned how to write checks, and we had little courses and things like that we did on our computer. But I mean, my teacher, she didn't really teach. The class was really an online course. She didn't actually teach anything. The course was online for the most part. So we was being taught by a computer. So that's just crazy how, and that's a good thing though. They taught you a valuable lesson for a whole year. This class was not for a whole year, because you get 2 semesters in high school.
Yeah.
So that was half of a semester, which was what, 6 months? I think, I don't know. It's been a long time. I graduated in 2017, so it's been a long time. But yeah.
The other thing is, because like back to when you beat my high school, because it was boarding, I lived at the school, and yes, we had dorm counselors. Yes, there was supervision, but when you get out of your parents' house, being in that environment, I got a monthly allowance. We did go on school trips on the weekends and stuff, like to Walmart. There was a Walmart trip. There was just different trips. Some that were more fun than Walmart, but being on your own, you have to learn how to budget your money, make it last. You know, which one do I want more? Do I want to do this or do I want to do that?
Right.
You know, so that was another good aspect of boarding school.
Yeah, I'm about to say that sounds fun. I always imagined like boarding school from what I saw in like movies and stuff. So I always wanted to go to boarding school, but child, I knew that was gonna happen. But yeah, it just always seemed fun.
Yeah.
But high school used to talk about like going to college and everything, but everybody wasn't going to college. So what class do you have for people who weren't going to college, who didn't want to go to college? I mean, we did have like, I think they had like a welding class or something in my high school or something like that. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like high school prepares you for the things that you need to know. What about a 401k when it comes to working at jobs? I don't know nothing about a 401k. I know now, but in high school, I think that's something that we should have learned. Retirement, because now we're not able to retire until 70 because the life expectancy is continuing to go up. What about that? Jobs. They didn't tell us nothing about jobs, not that I know of. They just told us that we need to get a job when we got out of high school, but they didn't tell us like, I feel like high school didn't give us a sense of direction for adulthood. It just gave us a sense of direction for English, math, and gym. I think they played around too much, and they wonder why people of our generation don't really know what we want to do or like purpose in life. Because now it's just so many options of jobs that you can do, but I just feel like high school did not prepare us for adulthood and the things that come with adulting.
And then like what if and then so the other thing is that when you're in high school, like growing up going through school, you think, okay, once you go to college, then you'll figure out then you'll go to work. And whatever you go to college for is for what you go to work for. Right? But what if you don't even know what you want to do? That's the whole reason I didn't finish school. I went to college for a year. But I had no idea what I wanted to do because it kept changing. I wanted to, there was a lot I wanted to do.
I mean, that's another thing, like, I can understand where you're coming from because there's so many jobs out there. And so many options. And
then what if you go through it, finish it for what you want, then you do it, and you don't like it?
Yeah.
Then you want to go back to school?
Yeah. I feel like high school made it seem like if you go to college, you have a guaranteed job, and it is not that way at all. Like high school made it seem like, yeah, go to college. When you go to college, you're gonna get a good job and blah blah blah. No. Might have been like that 30 years ago. But a lot of people went to college and don't even use their degrees in what they're in. They got a whole different job. So I feel like high school sold us some dreams. I feel like even though we were still kids, I understand their point of keeping us in a kid's place. But hey, it's 2023, 2024. Like, well, 2017 when I graduated, it's a whole different era. Rather than 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. It's harder to get things nowadays. It's harder to get a house. It's harder to get a car. You gotta have credit and all this extra stuff. What about credit? Let's talk about that. They didn't tell us about no credit. I didn't know what credit was. My mama had to, help me with credit, but they did not tell us what credit was.
That was one of the topics in my
But you need credit to get everything.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you need credit to get a house. You need good credit to get a car. You need good credit to get this, credit cards, all this extra stuff. But they really didn't teach us about credit. I don't remember getting taught about credit. But I do remember reading books and watching movies and X plus B squared and all this extra. I just feel like, yes, we need to know math and reading and science and all this extra stuff. But we need to know real life things. Because credit, if it wasn't for my mama, I wouldn't know nothing about it. Because I don't ever remember learning about credit. And now we use debit cards, credit cards for everything. Money, money gonna always be here. Maybe, I don't know. No matter how much money you have, money is always good. But, baby, you need credit.
Like, when I got my first apartment, I remember having lots of questions, like, okay, even I was asking so many questions, but I've always been that way. Like, if I don't know something, I ask questions, or I hit Google up real quick.
Google it. If you don't know it, Google it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm quick to do that.
But like just the experience of getting my first apartment. Went to the leasing office. Went through. Asked many questions. When it came time to paying rent, I remember being like, oh, okay, so like, how do I pay? Do I give you a credit card?
Right.
Do I go get cash? And that's when they explained about the money order, so that's how I figured that out. I was like, okay, where do I go get a money order? I had to ask them, where if I go get a money order?
Yeah.
And then, it was just shit like that.
Just not teaching us nothing. Or maybe saying it one time and we're supposed to remember something that we learned 10 years ago. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so how was boarding school for you?
It was good. Now, obviously, when you're in the experience as a child, things don't always seem as great, when you're going through shit. The whole reason I went to boarding school is because my home life wasn't like the best. My parental figures and I did not see eye to eye, and we'd argue a lot. So for me, it was an escape. I wanted to go. I was the one who begged to go. And so for that part, like, I really enjoyed it because I had my freedom. I felt free,
Mm-hmm.
even though there was rules and like shit. But can I say that?
Yeah.
Even though there was rules and shit, I still felt more free because at least I wasn't arguing every day.
Right.
But I feel like it taught me responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I was more independent much earlier than most kids. So when it was time for me to be independent, it was smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
I think college, my high school experience was cool. I was on the cheer team. I don't know. I wanted to get in football games and basketball games for the free 99, baby. And I've been cheering since middle school. Like, cheering was something that I always did. So I did cheering. That was my like athletic thing or whatever. I was pretty cool with everybody. I never got into a fight before. Never really had beef with anybody. Most of my teachers liked me. I don't think I had one big. Don't talk about her, but yeah, I had some good experiences in high school. I didn't really have like a bad experience in high school. I can pretty much say high school was pretty good. Yeah.
Especially for me, like it wasn't until graduation week where I realized how much I fucking enjoyed high school.
And it's crazy now because I reminisce on high school now.
Yeah.
Like in it, I'm like, like I'm ready to. I got my first job when I was, I think 17, my junior year. So I quit cheering. I ain't like the cheer coach, baby, because I was on JV from from freshman year, sophomore year, and then my junior year. When they wasn't changing the cheerleading coach, I said, baby, I got to go. I ain't really like her. So I got me a job. And that's really where I started, seeing financial literacy, saving, picking up a check, going to cash a check, even though we had direct deposit. So that's when I started, when I started making money, that's when I started doing financial literacy. But you should still know about it before you getting into all that. But like I said, luckily I had, parents that knew what they were doing. But everybody don't have parents that, are willing to teach them because they probably don't even know what's going on or whatever. So,
something else, and I just thought about this, something else that I wasn't prepared for.
What?
So yes, it's important to know financial literacy, know how to save and pay your bills. But something that wasn't taught, something that I had to figure out or learn on my own was a step beyond that, a step beyond knowing how to budget and paying your bills, was how do I do more than just save? Because saving is great and it gets you so far, but like at the rate that at the inflation rate, the way that the dollar value is going down, you can save it so much for it to like, let's say you save up $10,000 and we're down the line, right?
Right.
Well, that $10,000 is now worth $8,000.
Yeah.
So like
everything costs so much now.
Investing. That's something that I wasn't prepared for, that I was never taught. How do we invest? How do we make our money make money for us? That's definitely not something you will learn about in any school.
Except for college.
Yeah.
I took an investing class in college. That was one of my first classes in freshman year. Can't remember nothing from it. I can't remember half the stuff I do, y'all. I really can't. Like, my mind, it's so much to remember.
Yeah.
My mind just remembers what it wants to remember. But I do remember taking an investments class, and it was like one of them like fake classes.
And I feel like that class was probably one of the most important classes. And that means that I feel like the teacher did this class a disservice if they didn't make it interesting enough for the students to remember. Because
Yeah,
and then I want to know, did that professor have a good investment portfolio?
I don't know.
Do they practice what they teach?
I don't know. I can't remember. Like, I remember, like, it was like this website we went on, and the website was really the teacher. Like, he taught, but I can't remember, like, that class was not memorable for me. So what's your most embarrassing high school story?
Oh, shit.
Let's spice it up a little bit.
My most embarrassing high school
Since we're talking
story.
about high school.
My most embarrassing high school story. I don't. You do yours first, because
I'm thinking. Hold on, let me think.
I was in the cafeteria, and I had just started dating this girl. Her name, what was her name? Keely. Yeah, her name was Keely. And I think it was like the second day we were like a couple. And she was in a grade under me. And there was this senior, Sally Idahan, that was her name.
Country
Well,
name.
It's a country ass name.
Sally.
But she won't country. She didn't,
What was it?
Sally Idahan.
Sally.
She was
Idahan.
African. Well, she was American, but like Idahan was an African last name.
That sounds country to me. That's
Yeah.
surprising. Sally.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't too many black Sallys around
Right.
here. No.
Yeah. Sally. Yeah, that's crazy.
Girl.
I didn't even think about that in high
Sally.
school.
Like, girl, we ain't calling ourselves that. But anyways.
Well, so Sally had called me over, and she was like, "Hey, Brandon," and I was shocked because Sally was like one of the popular girls, and like sports, everything, you know. And I think I was a freshman, and this was like a middle school, high school type place, and so the girl I was dating was in 8th grade, but she had been held back, so she was supposed to be a 9th grader. But okay, so we were the same age. So, anyways, I remember in high school that was such a big deal. But
yeah, if you got held back, it was one of them like you dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
but also, if you dated someone in a grade under you, that was a big deal too. At least the school I went to. But my school was preppy.
I did that.
Yeah.
I dated somebody younger than me. Rest in peace.
Oh. But yeah, Sally called me over and she was like, "Oh, so I hear you have a new girlfriend." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then she was like, "So, when did you start dating?" And then I was like, 2 days ago. And then she was like, "Do you know her last name?" And then I was like, I said her last name, but I butchered it. I pronounced it wrong. Because I had only ever seen it written out or on like material, but I had never seen it. I had never heard her pronounce her name. And then she was like, "Close, but it's pronounced." And then she told me how it was pronounced. And she was like, "That's all. You can go."
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And so I left. I went back to go sit next to the girl. And then I told her what happened. You know. But I was embarrassed because she was calling me out. Like, because, I was already struggling with my sexual identity.
Right.
Then, like, I knew I liked men, but I also did not cut women off.
Right.
But she mostly had the crush on me. And I was like, "Well, you're cute." I thought she was cute. So I was like, whatever, let's just see how this goes. Let's just hang out, spend time together. It wasn't really a big deal. Like, when I was dating in high school, way different than dating as an adult.
Right.
Completely different ballpark. We have standards now.
Oh, my high school. My high school dating thing was, child, number one, I was not supposed to be having no boyfriends. And my brother, he told him, with my ex, the one who I said rest in peace, my brothers told my dad that I had a boyfriend. And I'm like, Y'all not supposed to be telling him that. Y'all, like,
Right.
y'all know dang well my daddy does not want me to have no boyfriend. And they told him that. I can't remember what I did. I don't know if I said I did or I didn't. I don't know if I lied or whatever, but my daddy was not having that. He like, oh no, ain't no boyfriends over here. And I'm like, why would y'all tell him that? Like, shut up. But I can't think of anything like embarrassing, but I could think of like wild moments. Like, so I can think of an embarrassing moment, but it's not in high school, it's in middle school. So in middle school, y'all, I just got my period or whatever, so I wasn't really keen to like stuff just yet. So I think I thought my period was off. And like, women understand this. So like, sometimes like your period will go off and it'll be a whole couple of hours or maybe even a day and ain't no blood. And then it'll be that day after you'll have a blood spot. So I'm just sitting like this. Hold on, I gotta make sure I ain't got no holes in my leg as a child. I'm sitting like this around the boys or whatever, thinking I'm cool. The boy, he like, you got something in between your pants. I look down, I'm like, bitch, I got up so quick and ran. Girl, my mama had to come give me some pads. I had to change pants. So that's my, embarrassing story, because every girl got that period story. That period came on. You didn't know it was on. I'm just glad I wasn't sitting down, get up, spot in front of everybody. We was at gym, so we was just all chilling, but it wasn't a lot of people around. But yeah, I got more messy moments in high school than embarrassing moments. So yeah, I can't think.
Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like I have more
messy
stories. Yeah, I have stories, but they're not embarrassing.
Yeah. Ain't tell us about taxes either. I don't remember that. Y'all didn't tell me my taxes was gonna be this high now. I don't remember all of that. Or maybe they did and I just really wasn't listening. They might did.
Yeah.
I just think that's what it is. I don't think that they prepared us about how hard financially, mentally, and physically about how hard adulthood would be, which is not all up to school, but we're there 8 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So
it's funny that you said it's not all up to school, because as you were saying, like just before you said that, I was thinking like some of us is school and some of us is our parents. Our parents, for sure. Yeah. For sure. But see, when we get home, our parents don't. Their parent is too much.
They don't want to hear about that. Like, they don't want to teach us more. They've been working 8 to 5, 9 to 5. When they get home, they want to cook, clean, relax. You know what I'm saying? Watch their favorite TV shows or all this extra stuff. Like, but I get it. You still got to be a parent that don't, I think that's about it for me. What school didn't teach us. Because if I knew how hard adulthood was going to be, baby, I would have been saving. Yeah. I would have been saving them checks I was getting. Them $300 checks from Food Line.
Exactly. Do you know how much I could have saved had I started saving when I first started working? Yeah. Because there was a period of time where I just lived with my grandmother. I would say 3 years. I was blowing every check, and I was making at least $800 every 2 weeks with no bills.
Right.
No bills.
I was balling. Sure was, and then working in the summer, no school. I was balling, but I was spending my money on whatever I wanted. And then college definitely teaches you how to be an adult, sort of, kind of. Like, you still have to follow rules to a certain extent, but you really don't. Like, college is a great transition. Yeah. To adulthood. And
college makes you good at whatever job you get.
Right.
But I feel personally, and this is why I was talking about, I'm really big into like looking up ways to get rich. Cause that's what I want. I want to be rich. You know what I mean?
I think everybody do.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody.
But the people that teach it, well, there's books, there's podcasts, there's all of this resource and information at your fingertips. We all got the access. We all hit up Google. We all got YouTube. And so the biggest thing for me is like, I want to figure out how, and I said this earlier, make my money work for me. There's two parts of life. There's jobs and there's businesses. Well, all businesses have employees. Everything is a business. And then there's two sides. There's the employees and then there are the owners, you know? So how can we take the money that we earn and apply it to provide value to people, you know? They pay for that value, and then you reap the reward.
Right. All right, you guys, that basically wraps up the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think that school did not teach us as an adult. And if you agree with some things that I said, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. Whatever. Definitely let me know what y'all want me to talk about. More topics, because this will not be our only video. We're definitely going to be doing way more videos and a little bit more spicy. I just wanted my first video not to be about shit you see every single day. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Because you know. But yes, let the viewers know who you are, where they can find you at, whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
Okay. Well, I'll just say I'm Xander. And I'll my Instagram is at Xander, Zandder 25. TikTok is the same.
All right. That's a wrap. We out.